Hello everybody, welcome back to the Pan Studios. I'll be your host Mobkin70 and I'm the owner of Redstone Oinkcraft. Welcome back to another Redstone Oinkcraft update, and oh boy do I have a good update for you. So, today's update is a lot of stuff. Again, I said last update, these are going to be far and few between because they have a lot more stuff in them. I just recorded this, but it was like half an hour long. I didn't want to edit it. I went on and on about random things, so I'm just going to redo it. Because, yeah. So, first off, silk spawners and spawners in general. If you are a donator of Piglet and above, you may have noticed on the donation page, it says, can mine spawners if you have silk touch. So if I go ahead and spawner spider, and depick 1, silk touch 1. So, I am a random donator. And I'm walking through the caves and I see, oh look, a spider spawner. I'm going to go ahead and mine it with my silk touch. Yay! Now I don't have to ask Mobkins or wait for the admins to come on. Yay! Sorry, that's really unenthusiastic. And then when you hover over in your inventory, you'll see a chat message pop up. Monster spawner, it'll tell you the type and it will tell you the ID. So, we could not sell these in shop as like 52:52. It wasn't working for whatever reason. I know that it does work on some servers, or on most servers, but it just didn't feel like working. Don't focus on my inventory right now. I'll get to that later. So, this is how it's going to work. You're going to buy a spawner here. When you buy the spawner plus the egg, that makes up the price. If you find let's say you find a zombie spawner in the random cave, you can use that spawner with one of these eggs, how I'm about to explain it to you. So, we can't sell spawners for some reason. Therefore, I've made a system. Buy a pig spawner for 12,000. I'm just going to spawn one in because I'm not going to use it officially. I'm going to go GMC. By the way, I'm using Wi-Fi's texture pack. It's an edited texture pack. Then, you can buy one of the eggs below. Above. I should change that. Right-click the spawner with the eggs to transform that spawner type. If it doesn't make sense, please ask a staff member. We can help. If you make a mistake, we can't help you. Sorry. So, basically, if you make a mistake, like misplace, you have to find a friend that can still touch you. Or ask a staff, or, because staff will have it and donators will have it. So, if a donator's online, they're feeling friendly, go ahead, ask them. Basically, you just... Wow, that is chill. Spawner 1. There we go. Now, placing a pig spawner will say default spawner. I'm just going to go ahead and spawn in a cow egg. And voila! You have a cow spawner. And if you were to mine it, you would get a cow spawner back. So, that's it for spawners. Really hyped for that. Next up, grape. Documentary. Grape. You can say those words now. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, ignore it. It's fine. Ignore that. It's part of the update. A lot of people... I changed it's a swear filter and it was interfering. Yeah, so that's that. Regarding Warp Wild / Warp Wild. So, people have been asking about an RTP plugin, which means random teleport. Uh-oh. Didn't want to die there. And there's two reasons. One, I would prefer people to travel from Warp Wild or from spawn, wherever you choose. Sorry, random case of the hiccups. Or from wherever you choose to an area. Second, it can cause a lot of lag loading chunks. End of story. Therefore, I'm not going to install an RTP plugin. So, I need your opinions on whether... I'm probably going to do it, but... Either we have a warp north, south, east, and west, or warp jungle, warp ice spike, warp mesa. It probably won't be mesa or ice spike, actually, just probably generic biomes like warp jungle, warp forest, warp birch forest, warp rooftop biome. That's the wither arena that we used, episode 2 or something. So I just forgot. Anti-swear got smart. Yes, star. Genius. Yeah, anti-swear got smart. So, let me know what you think about those warps, because people were complaining Warp Wild, and yeah. The warps would get messy, of course, like Warp Wild is. I'm aware it's messy and blown up and stuff, but people, it might be able to be, it'll be better if people can like warp north, east, south, and west, and it might be cooler. Or let me know if you prefer warping to biomes, like warp swamp, warp jungle. Yeah, things like that. Let me know either /mail mobkin78 or email mobkin78 redstoneoinkcraft.com. You're using the contact form on the website. I'm talking really fast, so you might not be able to understand me. Or there was one more way you could do it, but I don't know how. Email, mail, or chat me if I'm online, or just send me a message. So that's that. Next is removing Locket. Dun dun dun. So, Oinkcraft, I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here. I'm gonna put up an annotation. Hopefully, I don't forget to skip this rant. But basically, this rant is about factions and what this server is, what the survival world is. So yeah, click the annotation if you want to skip it. But I do suggest you listen to it because it might make more sense. So there are faction servers out there, I don't know, like the Archon or things like that, and they have expensive ranks, like $600 ranks or $150 ranks. For donation ranks, I could never go above $100. Like, I don't think I'm going to make it something above Octopig. That just doesn't make sense, in my world at least. So don't worry about donation prices going skyrocketing. Like Piglet, the equivalent to Piglet on some servers is like $50, and I find that completely outrageous in my mind. But because just about donation ranks, I'll explain that after. But the faction servers, I'm just running a Warp Wild, sorry. The server is not pro factions. I'm in creative mode. That's why nothing's attacking me. /time day. Why not? So we're not pro factions, but I do want to be more factions than we are already. So I'm removing Locket, which I'm going to explain in a bit. The server is not, I would prefer it to be survival. That's why I put Locket in here in the first place. Oh, my frame cap's on 30. That's awkward. I would prefer to be survival, to be all honest with you. But I do like the fact that more people have been coming on and more people have been looking for raids. And I have been with raids before. However, chests, Locket is protecting chests. So I want to make the server more factions by removing Locket, and that's probably the most factions we're gonna get. Like other factions are by donation, like the Archon, for example. You really can't get anywhere if you don't buy a donation rank, because it's OP. The kits are like, it's OP factions. You have to have a kit basically to succeed, and I just don't agree with that concept. It's just I don't know. I just don't agree personally. It's understandable. I understand it completely and get it. I just don't agree with the concept that you need to buy to succeed in the game. On Oinkcraft, you don't need to buy a kit. Like, you can obtain a Piglet armor set, all Prot 3 iron, really easily. Just warp Enderman farm and go mine some iron. So, removing Locket's probably the last thing I'm gonna do to make it more faction-esque, because I do want raids to be successful. Alright, so welcome back if you clicked on the annotation. If you didn't, then thank you, actually, because I kind of liked ranting about that. Anyway, about Locket. So I want to make the server more faction-esque, and I'll keep it survival-esque, but less survival-esque. So people can raid. And Locket will not be being removed from doors, but they will be removed from dispensers, furnaces, and chests. And trap chests. I don't know if you can actually private trap chests, though. They'll be removed from all chests so you can blow them up with creeper eggs, because that's why creeper eggs in the shop. I want 10,000 per creeper egg. Nobody's going to make a creeper egg farm. I don't care. Or creeper farm. But yeah. So I'm going to be removing Locket on June 26th. You have a month and a bit to plan for this. I will be putting up a broadcast right after this. I record this. Jeez, it feels weird because I don't know if I've already said something, which I probably already have said in the last video. So I'll be removing Locket June 26th. Doors will be protected, and that's basically it. So people can raid chests, because all the raids, it's kind of annoying because there's no point of raid otherwise. So I will be removing Locket. Some people are afraid, some people are actually really happy, but it's a price to pay. Like, I've made a vault in the rooftop of the nether that no one knows about. Obsidian, I'm not going to add a plugin that lets obsidian be blown up by TNT. I'm not sure if a wither can blow up obsidian, but I'm not, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, wither's a faction strategy. But basically, if you make your room out of obsidian, just spend a few K or a few thousand at the shop, and you'll be good to go. So, yeah, you can't blow up obsidian. It's basically bedrock. I won't be installing that plugin. Probably not now, and probably not ever. Like I said, lock will be the last thing to doing. So that's it. That's lock being removed June 26th. Or not removed, but I'll be editing the configuration so only doors are protected, and maybe a few other things that I can't think of. But doors is the only thing I can think of. Like furnaces, you can hide stuff in there. No protection for those. Whew. Lastly, let's go to spawn. If you've been looking at my inventory, you've been given a hint of what I'm about to do. So if I do /kit, I'm gonna explain how these work real quick. So, Wiffy a while ago gave me the idea to put in kits on the donation page for that are separate from the ranks, and I said, you know what, that's not a bad idea. Why not? So I made 2 kits earlier today, and I streamed it for about 3.5 hours. Those videos will be coming out separately. I'm not sure if they've already come out by the time I uploaded this, but we'll have to see. But basically, kits, you don't have to buy a donation rank to get anywhere on Oinkcraft. Like I explained in my rant, Piglet kit is easily obtainable with some enchants. Yeah, I am. Oh, I'm vanished. Why does it do that? Vanish is so derpy. And I don't believe in the prospect that you should have to donate to succeed in factions. Blur out the chat. I will. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Not exactly sure what you're talking about, but yeah. No problem. So, apologies for blurred out chat, I suppose. So, I don't believe in that prospect. The reason why we have donation ranks is, I'm not sure who it was, but the server was basically going to shut down. Because it was going out of my own pocket, and I just didn't want to make such an investment in it if only a few people, like my friends, were coming on. Spencer and James were the first donators for it, and that meant so much. And that kept it going for about 3 months. And then, I don't know if it was Kuro or not. I forget who it was. But they donated for Spider Pig. And that kept the server going for another 2 months. So the reason why I have donation ranks is it doesn't give you things that you need to succeed on Oinkcraft. It gives you perks, like a magic carpet. Like, that's just a bonus. Spider Pig kit is just a bonus. Like, chainmail armor isn't honestly that great. Like, it's just to help out the server and myself with funds and stuff. Like, you don't need to have a donation rank to succeed. So, I don't believe in the prospect of having OP kits. Speaking of that, yeah, so that kind of goes in with the new kits I made. So I made some new kits, and holy crap, I did this again. I did that in the last time I attempted recording this. Oh my Jesus. So, I think it's just me trying to focus on the parkour. So, these 2 kits will be $8 each on the donation shop for forever usage every 4 days. Or you can pay, I think I'm going to make it 150,000 in-game dollars for a one-time use in the shop. That is Kit Mystical and Kit Magician. So I'm going to show them off. So Kit Mystical, you can use this every 4 days if you buy it, or it's a one-time usage if you buy it in the shop. I am sorry for that rant. I hope that didn't go on for too long. I can organize my inventory. It is bugging me a teeny bit. So with each of the kits, you'll get, thanks for purchasing the Mystical kit. Hey, no problem, piece of paper. You'll get 16 pumpkin pie in the Mystical kit. You'll get 4 golden apples. I did not name these because you can stack them. I know it bugs me and it bugs other people. You got the Nether Starlow in dedication to Starlow123 with sharpness 1 and knockback 1. It's really not a good weapon. I don't suggest bringing it to a fight. I really don't. But if you have this kit, you have Tark's Mystical Hoe! Unbreaking 1, Flame 3, I need to change that to Fire Aspect. Sharpness 3, Knockback 5. You might be saying, Sharpness 3? That's quite a bit, Mark. Well, for an $8 kit, not at all. Sharpness 3 and Knockback 5 don't really go together. Knockback 5 will probably knock someone from this distance at a jump all the way back to the beginning of that bridge. And so I'd have to chase, or they, like, if they were running away, Sharpness 3 would do damage, but it would still knock them so far away and give them a lead. There's the Demonic Bow and the Angelic Arrow, of course, dedicated to Demonic Angel. Infinity 1, Flame 5, and Punch 1, and then this is Punch 1 just to make it look shiny. No other reason. But yeah. Goodbye, Tom. Hurrah! If you were here for that, that was fun times. Yeah, is that the statue Tom Dermobrow, the artist? So that's the mystical kit. Oh, the armor. Unbreaking Axe, all of it. All of it's Prot 4. It's gold armor, so it breaks easily. And it still breaks easily with Unbreaking 10. The boots have Feather Falling 9. The pants and chestplate have Thorns 1. And the helmet has Respiration 9. So that's the mystical kit. For $8, you can find that on the shop. It won't be out when this video comes out. I'm not sure when they'll be out, but they will be out at the same time. I'll have to get some icons for them. Next up, and lastly, if you stayed through this whole thingy-mabobber update video, I really appreciate that, actually. Kit Magician. You can listen to these videos in the background. I mean, it's not that bad. If you're focusing on my inventory and survival, you'll be noticing that you saw this and be like, whoa, what's that? All them potions. So this, of course, says thank you for purchasing the Magician Kit. Again, these will be posted later or earlier before this video. So, Magician Armor, first off, is all Protection 80 and Unbreaking 20. Whoa, Protection 80, that's so OP! No, I'm not mocking you, Demonic. He said it was OP. But I'm just saying that might be your first reaction. Like, that was my first reaction. My first attempt was, like, Protection 4, I think. Or Unbreaking 4. But leather armor breaks so easily. And Protection 80 with a Sharpness 3 Diamond Sword, which is, I believe, 8 attack damage. My D-Sword 1 Sharpness 3. 10.75. So that's not too much, actually. But that does 1.5 hearts of damage. Now I'm thinking that. 2.5 hearts with a crit and just 1 heart with a non-crit. But if you kept hitting with that sword, like, I'd be dead in seconds. So it's not that OP. And then you got Feather Falling 127 on these boots. So, gonna go through the items. You got the Magical Stick of Magical Magicness. So this stick, in the stream, I said, any ideas for a new kit? StarMax said, what if you gave one that made the main weapon a stick called Magical Stick of Magical Magicness? Hence the name, Magician. So, I based it off of Magician. So, make your enemies burn. Fire Aspect 2. Because a stick and a carrot, this is a weapon. Yes, it can also be edible. They do not have durability, so giving them sharpness would be very, very, like, unfair. So, just Fire Aspect 2 and Knockback 2 can be eaten. These are just to annoy people, basically. Magician's Disappearing Act. Poof! And you're gone. Of course, this is invisibility. It's kind of obvious to assume. Nausea Sickening Potion. Make your enemies feel icky. I'm just going to splash it on myself, but it's nausea for 20 seconds. I'm not going to go through that again. Then, you've got the Filling Act. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Fills all hunger bars and the Speed Force. This idea was from Penn. It's what they called the Flasher's ability before, in, like, really old in the comics. Lastly, kept this for last for a reason, the Teleportation Act. This is what the Feather Falling boots are for. With the set of Diamond Armor, Prot 2 Diamond Armor, you take 2.5 hearts of damage from 1 Ender Pearl throw. But you don't even, you take like 1 heart. So I'm just going to spam these. Like, I would be dead by now if I was on a set of Iron Armor. Like, the speed of which I'd be dead is amazing. I was going to give a regen potion, but the protection plus... Whoa, am I drowning? No. The protection plus everything really... There's no point for regeneration. Whoa. Maybe Protection 80 is a bit OP. I might change that. But, yeah. So, you take basically no damage from those. And that's what the Feather Falling's for. And then the speed, or the hunger filling one. Magician's Filling Act. See how I'm at -3. I gotta change this so it completely fills your hunger bar from 0. But basically, you're gonna eat it, and it's instant saturation. Voila! And that's the Magician Kit. So that's this Oinkcraft update. Gonna go over real quick. We have... Oh, that was an up close. The Silk Spawners for Piglet Donators and up. Warps. Let me know if you want to warp by biome or warp north, east, south, and west. Removing Locket on June 26th. Spawners are now in the shop. You can read the signs below the spawners and the eggs to see how they were made. And the new kits for $8 in the donation shop, soon to come, or 150k in-game shop. And that's really not hard to come by, if you know how to get it. I want to thank you all for watching or listening to this update. If you did stick through the whole thing, including the rant and such, I appreciate it. Thank you. This was a very long update, but I did want to explain a lot on how factions and the survival aspect of this server was going to work, and how the donation ranks played in. Basically saying like how they don't, like, you don't need them to succeed. So a frequently asked question video will be coming out soon. And I'll also be making a builder video on how to get a builder rank, because my god, the amount of questions. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good one. Make sure to join Redstone Oinkcraft if you haven't already. Play it at redstoneoinkcraft.com. Make sure to tell your friends about the server because it's super fun. And remember, guys, stay honest and have a good one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.